Hello. Goodreads Choice Awards. Every year, there's a new batch of potential awards that goes out, and every year, new awards get claimed. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be reading some of the winners, excuse me, and then I'll be coming back here, and then I'll be, talking to you about it. Now, if you want more information, you can go to the first video, part 1 on this. What are we doing here? Oh, I've read one. I have read Sunrise on the Reaping, the winner for YA, fantasy, and sci-fi. Why am I doing YA? Well, specifically, YA fantasy is what got me into reading when I was in 6th grade. So when I thought about doing this challenge, reading 5 Goodreads Choice Awards, I thought I have to do YA. That got me into it. Have I been reading this year? No. I um, did my last year of university. I graduated in June, went immediately into a reading slump. When I was in university, it took almost everything I had, energy-wise, to do my school readings, read Vampire Academy for my deep dive here. So while I did read the first 6 chapters when this book came out, it's I had to put it down. Now, for this challenge, I was like, okay, I want to read it, so it's a good thing I didn't, read it before, because then I would just be, be talking about like how I would read it. So, I think, for the most part, this is a very good book. I think my problem with it is the ending and how overhanded it was. And while I understand this is a YA category, I'm thinking about the other books in the series, and I'm like, why is it so pointed? Like, why are we now being hit over the head with the message of it all? I rated this book 3.75 stars. And it was gonna be a 5-star read, but I just couldn't with the end, with the repetitiveness of it all. I just couldn't do it. I understand why this book won, right? I think that this book had a huge cultural impact when the trilogy first came out. And then when it was announced, it was like, you're joking. And then it was like, oh no, this is real, right? So since it was even announced, it has been a big cultural, like, everyone was hearing about it, talking about it, at least in the book space. Then on top of that, it was a book, movie, like, everything was already basically planned out. And as they were announcing casts, everyone was like, oh, did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Right? So it is undeniable that out of all the other YA books, this book specifically really broke the mold with the environment, or not the environment, with the category it was in. So I think for that, this book should have won. I can't see any other book winning and it not getting complaint. Not because the other books are bad in comparison. I'm saying in comparison to how people acted and responded uh, towards other books that came out this year in different categories too. So I'm not just saying in YA. I'm saying in an adult romance, an adult fantasy, romancy. I'm not in horror or anything like that, but honestly, even it kind of came forth into the public eye again because of Welcome to Derry. Uh, I don't think any other book in 2025 really came into the mainstream, just not book spaces, right? Because it was also people being like for the movie and wanting to know information about that. Like it truly felt like this book expanded more than other books that even that one. did. And so for that, I think it this book should have won it, and it this was the winner of the category. Like even if it did not win, I think many people would consider this to be the rightful winner, no matter who won now. And so for that alone, yes, I do think that this was um, probably the only real contender, and especially with Suzanne Collins' name on it, that's going to be another reason why it won. My only problem with this book is the repetitiveness of the Nevermore, specifically in the end. That's my only problem with it. If it was not for that, it would be a 5-star read. And we're going to do a little bit of spoilers because I'm just going to show. Okay. From this top of the page to right down here, that is what I'm talking about. And if you're like, Cheyenne, that's not a lot. Oh, also, right down here, that's another one. And if you're like, Cheyenne, that's okay. That's not a lot, though. Um, this, that, this, that. All of this is the same exact story, same exact poem. 27, here we are, even more. Once, twice, also at the bottom here. So I just felt like it was so repetitive. I understand why, and I understand that's like the whole point of also this poem. And to have it be an entire chapter of basically just that, that's when I checked out. And that's my thoughts, and that's kind of my opinions, um, especially going into non-spoilers. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. Yeah, I think it definitely should have won, and I'm glad it did. So far, yeah, I think like it was worth the hype.